So here's a weird weather phenomenon you might not be familiar with. You're looking over a frozen pond here, and just on the other side of that little spit of land in the middle that kind of looks like an island. It's not, but it looks like one. Is some water vapor pouring up, and you can kind of see it flowing upwards and to the right there. What's happened is that it is brutally cold outside. We are suffering under a meander of the polar vortex, and so in Fahrenheit, it's like 10 below, like 25 or colder below Celsius. It's really awful out there, and the pond is frozen over. It's not a very thick coating because it's been pretty warm around here, but then it got really cold, and so the ice on top's less than probably a centimeter thick. And something cracked the ice. Maybe the extreme cold weather caused the ice to contract, and so there was a crack or a fissure that got there in the ice. And then what happens is there's warmer water under there, and that water heats the air above it, so the air starts to rise, but it's moist air, it's water, right? So the water gets the water vapor from the surface of the pond then moves up with the air and immediately condenses, or in this case probably freezes. Those might be ice crystals in that little fog. It's hard to tell from here. Now, there's a slight breeze blowing off to the right, so you can see that stuff blowing off, and there it is a little bit farther down. And that's what you're seeing there. It's just a crack in the ice and then the moist air condensing and forming a fog. Sometimes, though, when it's not breezy, that air just goes straight up, and then it tries to fall back down when it cools enough. But then it can't because there's rising warmer air underneath it. So it gets pushed to the side, and it gets pushed to all the sides, 360 degrees around. And what it forms is a fog dome, a dome of fog. And you can look this up online. You can see them. They're really eerie. And we've seen them a couple of times out here. They're just odd. It's like a flying saucer made out of cloud has landed on the surface of a frozen pond or a lake or something. Very strange. But this is actually kind of nice and relaxing to watch, even though I know if I were to stay outside there for even a few minutes, it would be very bad for the tip of my nose and my fingers. It's rough out there. But it does provide for some very interesting science sometimes.